Soldiers are easily some of the bravest people on the planet. They're sent to places that many of us will never visit, and see man-made horrors play out in front of their eyes. Although soldiers have hundreds of stories to tell, some of the most interesting ones are those that detail mysterious creatures. One interesting account is that of military soldiers that encountered a mysterious being. The story goes that back in 2002, a military unit encountered a giant being in Kandahar. American soldiers were trekking up a mountainside when they saw signs of a large being. These included things like large footprints. As the soldiers went to investigate the area, they said they could hear loud grunting noises. Shortly after this, the team said they were ambushed by a large humanoid. They reported it was around 13 feet tall and had red hair. It had 6 fingers on each hand and was hostile towards the military unit. One of the men unfortunately didn't make it as he was pierced by the giant's large spear. The giant was said to be dressed in animal skins. The reason the team was in the area was because another military unit had gone missing, and so a rescue mission was planned to see what happened and hopefully bring back any survivors. After the soldier got pierced with the spear, it then turned his attention to the rest of the group. The others quickly fired at the giant, hitting it all over its body. They continued to do this until the giant dropped to its knees. After this, the unit reported it to their superiors. They gave them clear instructions to hide the body and stay near it, ensuring that no one nearby saw what they were trying to hide. After this, the body was taken to a secure location, and high-up officials told the soldiers that they were never to speak of this again. Another strange encounter is that of the jinn. According to the ancient scriptures seen throughout the Middle East, the jinn are often referred to as the people of the fire, and seem to be as old as the universe itself. Scholars have noted that the word jinn most likely comes from the Arabic root word jan, to which roughly translates to mean to hide or to conceal, which gives us a clue as to the nature of the jinn, of which were often regarded as creatures of whom would attempt to conceal themselves from man. The Quran then clarifies that the existence of the jinn first came about during the act of the creation of the universe, and that the jinn came into existence after being created from a smokeless fire, similar to that of electricity and much purer energy. These stories in fact match that of the Judaism interpretation of the creation of Lucifer, of whom was also crafted from fire, and not that of light similar to other angels. The jinn were then described as being more accurately referred to as the people of the fire, and that they would exist in a plane that rested slightly above us but still within our world, slightly out of the reach of any natural senses. Additional information as to the origin and spreading of the jinn gets a little hazy, but references are made of the jinn assisting ruthless kings and rulers, and even helping with the building and construction of many cities and places of immense power. Given the fact that the jinn are often described as being unable to be seen or sensed by our natural senses, and constantly attempting to evade detection of all kind, it's no surprise then that the main focus of the power of the jinn circles around its ability to take any form. It's believed that the jinn have the ability to take the form of any animal or person, and that they often use these tactics to get away from someone pursuing them, or to trick loved ones of an individual into doing something for them. The only way for someone to be certain of whether or not the creature is a jinn is to look into its eyes. According to legends, the jinn's eyes are constantly blazing like a fire, and that they can be seen in the eyes of any form that they take. Jinns also possess supernatural abilities, such as that of possessing an individual to take control of their body, being able to predict the future and being able to perform superhuman feats that are otherwise unexplainable in the physical world, such as speed, flying, vast intelligence, fluency in any language, and a vast amount of unending skills. Definitely seen as one of the strangest reports of modern-day encounters with the jinn was a military encounter seen in Iraq back in June of 2003. An Iraqi soldier and other fighters were stationed at the second floor of a police station to assist with further attacks against the police. This was between the locals and the law enforcement of the city. A lot of people were confused by the sudden attacks by the police, and so one of the main purposes of the Iraqi army assisting with safety was to uncover the reasons as to why such disturbances were taking place. In one of the reports taken by an Iraqi military squad stationed for 24/7 surveillance, they claimed they encountered several jinn, of whom were watching and patrolling the station. The report details that they believed the individuals to be jinn due to the fact they had glowing red eyes, and seemed completely unfazed by the bright surveillance lights used to blind passers, of whom attempted to get close to the station at night. Shortly after the report was filed, the whole entire station was attacked and every soldier and police in the department passed away from injuries. It then circulated that the jinn were at the center of the attacks, and the majority of the disturbances were caused by the jinn waging plans of attack. Area. Oddly enough, according to MUFON or the Mutual UFO Network, it appeared that the third most common sighting of an alien being was that of a Bigfoot. Many people who encountered strange UFO sightings wrote witness reports of saucers landing and a Bigfoot coming out, or encountering a Bigfoot in the forest only for it to disappear like a ghost, and moments later to see a nearby unidentified flying object begin to immediately take off into the sky. These cases also do not include single encounters with the Sasquatch, and only include reports regarding a definitive extraterrestrial account. It's for this reason that Bigfoot might be an extraterrestrial creature, instead of a naturally evolved one. American soldiers have gone on to detail seeing these creatures around bases and while on missions. One of the most famous creatures that resembled a Bigfoot was given the name of rock ape. Referred to by American soldiers as rock apes, consistent reports were made by a wide number of platoons of giant humanoid creatures. One veteran wrote the following report. Serving with the 101st Airborne in the mountains of Vietnam, I saw the rock apes on many occasions. They were as large as a big man and usually were in small groups of 2 or 3 unlike Bigfoot.
cries have reached the highest of heavens, beloveds. And I'm literally recording this in the rain on the 22nd of March, the day, the final send-off of our great King, President Dr. John Pombe Magufuli. And I'm telling you, you have seen it in the video clips. You have heard the cries of the Tanzanians, and they do not cry alone. For once, the global Black Nation Collective has said enough is enough is enough, beloveds. And I want to tell you that our cries have reached the highest throne room, whatever you call it, the most high, the highest level. And the fact that we are on one accord, on the fact that our beloved was taken from us, everything is about to change. The world has never witnessed the outpouring of love that has been shown to Magufuli, our own. Because we are an African people. And when a king dies, we don't mock the king. We honor and celebrate the king as he returns to the realm of the ancestors. Everything is about to change. And for you who are with me on this journey, you can feel it. Nothing will be the same again. This isn't Gaddafi going. That was painful. This isn't Saddam Hussein going. This isn't Hugo Chavez. This is a living king of the melanated kingdom who was taken out. And you have seen how Tanzanians have responded, beloved. Spiritually, all those tears are going to morph into something, and you will see it. The only thing I say is have faith and chant down Babylon, because Babylon has gone too far. Not just because of this. And there are those among us, and someone told me the hardest battle will be between us and those among us who are the greatest betrayers. But the way that the Black nation has come together on this, it's historic. I'm really so joyful right now to be living to witness it. And the Tanzanians like running on the streets, etc., etc. And beloved, it's raining where I am. Like I recorded 2 shows, and then I was just about to record this, and it started raining, and I was chanting before I came on here, saying, we need a win as an African people, as Zion, as Eden. Enough is enough is enough. And I felt it in my spirit, because I cried when I saw the body of Magufuli arriving in Dodoma, which is the capital, and his people literally running next to his car, And I was like, seriously, someone up there has got to, or what, someone, our ancestors, and the Creator has got to. We need a win as a golden race, as melanated people, and I know that win is coming. And then it started raining, beloved, so you best believe that win is coming. Too much has happened, beloveds. It's not just about this, but this is like the straw that breaks the camel. That is meant to break the camel's back, but reformation is here, beloveds. Trust me. Trust me. Don't be on the wrong side of this. Don't lose your bloodline. because the warring generation, the spiritual warriors, man, it's time. And we have to start chanting day and night. You know, the rain is getting crazier, but to Magufuli, his death will not be in vain. The amount of power, if we know how powerful we are. I don't know why I'm so emotional, but like, you know, if we look at how powerful we are, beloveds, all of us crying today on the 22nd, and Magufuli was a 2, but those are just stories of a whole other season, you know. It's significant, and I give thanks and praise to the Most High reality that everything is going to change. I love you guys so much. Until